Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the self-therapeutic psychiatric multimedia project for me to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that I've set for myself and those around me. And so today we have 2 live streams, 15 minutes each, separated by 10-minute gap back-to-back. Continuation of the previous and ongoing sub-series that I thought was going to come to a wraps, but we'll continue with it since I have other more important things to work on. It's named TKS version 6, standing for Task Kill Spree, and it's a combination, a fusion of multiple other sub-series like Aftermath, which was 4 months of hell, covering all the caregiving and financial matters and employment and side business and this project, all that kind of jazz, including many other sub-series such as 1000 Days Till Death, very straightforward, item catalog sub-series, as well as BDMP, standing for Basics of Survival. So all those combined together to create the current sub-series TKS version 6. And where we are today, we are, take a look at the title, take a look on the stream. What you see is what you get, what we're going to cover. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the room. So that's right there, region D, okay? D1 has some items I want to cover today. 2 live streams. The first one's going to be mostly very physical, this live stream right now. I'm going to lower the volume. We have the lower the volume of background music, sorry. We have a lot above garbage and just some food items. We're going to run through some waste disposal, and then we'll uncover also on the very side. You can see the titles of the streams. Food, some stuff. I can show a photograph here of Tim Hortons, as well as Wendy's and stuff like that. Turning out to the side, we also have some money related affairs. So I'm going to turn to the side. Actually, that's the wrong way. This is region D4, and I have a check in there for commissions, and so I'm going to talk about that too a little bit in a second, about what I need to do to cash out one of my commissions for the side business. So aside from that, of course, we also have in the second live stream, we will be talking a little bit more about the photographs and one of the negative habits that I'm trying to undo with my, I guess, perfectionism or just misprioritization of what I'm trying to get done for the day. I oftentimes take a lot of photographs of items that I don't actually need to cover. And so that's something else that needs to get covered. So in due time, of course, the Ahn Rho Project, I will briefly cover that, as well as the music, before we dive into the content. The Ahn Rho Project is broken down into sub-series, domains of life, as well as analogies, and I could run through each of those things in a little bit more detail, but I plan on making a video that just covers all that, and then I don't have to repeat myself. Same thing with the music. I will say that at the very bottom left-hand side, you have the music. That is, we have Lukewarm Hazy by Asher Falero, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, probably. I'm sorry about that, but that's basically from YouTube Audio Library. And so it's, attribution free, it's also copyright free, but I still want to just shout out and just show some appreciation for the artists. So that's what you're hearing in the background right now. The atmosphere today, this morning, I have to say, was very just laid back and mischievous, and that's not good because it means that I have not been very goal-oriented. I haven't been very purposeful or deliberate in my actions. So I'm trying to pick up the pace, and I know I have a lot of stuff to do. It's just not coming to my mind right now because I'm just, I guess, fooling around. So with that being said, why don't we get to it? Okay, we'll start with, what do I see here? It says food and waste and money. Okay, I guess it's D1 then. That's where all the food is. So we see some egg tarts here. In fact, why don't I show you some photographs here of what we're going to cover in the next live stream. We have here all these Chinese egg tarts from a Chinese supermarket named TNT Supermarket. If you're familiar, it's just started in BC, Canada, and yeah, this is just debt food. I call it debt food because this is food that I'm not supposed to be eating. It's largely food that is how do you put it? It's stuff that is from my guardians, which I've spoken about domestic household issues, a lot of things that have not been reconciled for the past. Well, they have been, but I mean, no, some of it hasn't been. The majority of the things, the most critical things, were resolved in the 4 months of hell that I've had for the past since August 2020. But after that, I still have some remaining personal issues, and so I don't like to use anything that's there, and basically that's my problem, that's my responsibility. I found myself eating some tarts, I took it down, and you can see some of these photographs here. Again, more egg tarts, Portuguese egg tarts if you know what they are, as well as just the general flaky egg tarts. It's kind of poor quality photograph, but that's alright. I just need to run through the photograph, so I don't need to cover it in the so that I don't have to actually run through it. No, so that I've used it, I've spoken about it, sorry, and then I can just stash it away, and hopefully once I'm done using it, like upload it on Yelp or whatever, like I said, that's down the line, maybe a couple months, I'll be able to just get rid of these photographs and purge from my stuff completely. We also have, again, more of the food here on the side. Top in the middle actually is a loaf of bread, whole purple wheat bread with walnuts and stuff like that. I gotta say that honestly I don't know why they call it that, because it had a lot of cranberries and it was very tasty. Cranberries, walnuts, that kind of stuff. Again, poor quality resolution photograph. I'll bring up something a little bit more to the side. This is food that's actually my own purchases. So we have some glucerna. Again, you can pick that up from Walmart, very cheap stuff. But basically what I add to my oatmeal to make the day smooth, so that I can use the washroom every morning and just flush out. We have some bread there as well. I didn't end up using that. That's kind of a substitute that I do whenever I don't have any oatmeal. I just replace with bread and water, and then add the meal replacement, and then I microwave it, and then of course, lots of fiber, and then I can use that washroom every morning. Again, so this is just some class 2 food right here. The bread's class 2, the meal replacements and the bread are class 1. Class 1 being things I purchased with my own hard-earned money. So that's food, which is what you see in the title, and I actually covered some photographs of that. I didn't intend on doing this, but I'm glad that I did, because that gives me more time in the next live stream, which is happening in about 15 minutes over there. So I guess we covered food. Well, not really. So I'm going to dive here. Okay, here's the physical. What? So this is the physical portion of the stream, right? I'm going to get rid of the task list on the side there because it's not very useful to me right now. So there's all the waste. Okay, so we have the tarts here. I'm going to just kind of discard the waste. You have the glucerna. Again, this is not the photography. We have a lot of this, like I said, symbolic. These class 2 pieces of paper are just, again, things I'm not supposed to be using. It symbolizes a lot of the insecurities I have. Again, I should just use my own stuff if I'm so caught up with these stupid problems, these personal problems and emotional baggage that I have carried with me. I should just take responsibility and use my own items. So this is all waste. We have here, again, this is just yesterday, so I went to Tim Hortons. I have to pull up more photographs again. So again, this is a Tim Hortons coconut, the coconut cream. It almost sounds like a sponsorship, but I'm just running through basically what I ate. That's all it is. So it's not sponsored. I'm telling you, I'm not a sponsor right now. This is just a Reese's peanut butter cookie. So again, this is where the waste is coming from. So you see on the left-hand side in the backdrop right there, right? This is a better photograph of the Wendy's. So again, not very healthy food. Again, the reason why I went to get the Wendy's was because actually to take my supplements, which are actually up here, if I can find a way to just get rid of the photograph, stand up, and you can see the supplements here that I take on a daily basis. So it requires a protein heavy meal, and so that's why I have the Wendy's here. And again, taking some more photographs. Again, we'll run through a whole bunch of these photographs in a second live stream. Right now I'm just going through a few so you can see what it was in the purchases, and that's what was finished in here. So like the junior bacon cheeseburger, not very healthy stuff. I just didn't usually I make my own sandwiches, but I didn't. So yesterday I just had to go out and buy something. And yeah, so that's all the waste here. Garbage. I'm going to take all this and all this paper, we're going to put it inside here and take it out to the trash bin when I go out later to get the groceries today. And so that's that. And obviously you can't really go anywhere very much. I might actually drop off some products for my cousin. I believe that's in the second live stream. But basically I was going to talk about up here, while I'm tossing out the trash and getting the groceries, I might drop off the products here for my cousin. We won't be able to have anything. We can't sit and chat because obviously of the pandemic lockdown measures. As a result, I'm just going to drop off these products for him, which again, Usana Health Sciences, I'm taking these products myself so that Again, 4 years in biomedical degree of science and chemistry, biochemistry related fields, so I know what I'm doing here. And basically we have a lot of just for the cardiovascular health, immune health, as well as full antioxidants, vitamins and minerals. So that kind of stuff is what I'm going to drop off to my cousin. Okay, so I guess I covered all the waste here. Some debt, groceries, food. This is to be recycled. More waste. So we have these plastic bags. It's actually to be reused. So this bag over here from Chinese supermarket, Daitongwa over here. So it's TNT and this Foodie Mart. And basically, I've just been reusing this, trying to clear up my room. I'm going minimalist. So if you take a look at my room, this is region D here, right, and everything. There's a lot of stuff and items here that I'm trying to get rid of. And basically, I've been trying to get rid of all the plastic bags. It's come down to the point where I only have about maybe 6 plastic bags left, which is good. And I'm trying to make use of everything, so this is what I used for work. Now it's starting to develop a hole. The handles have had tear, and so I can move on to these two here and start doing that. So by the end of this live stream, by the end of the next live stream, today this will be largely an empty region, and I can just fill it with more grocery items for tomorrow's live stream of that. And that's nice. So I've covered everything here. That's good. Waste, garbage, groceries, eateries. What's next? So money. Okay, that's in the title. I turn to the side here. And I know the contrast is really poor, but that's all right. We have my kind of, it almost looks like it's a full coverall, heavy duty for the winters we have up here in Canada. So, or really the Arctic, the Arctic. So in here, this is basically a commission check that I got mailed to me, and I've now set up auto deposit. So from now on, hopefully they will not mail me commissions. They will just deposit directly into my bank, and we've spoken that in previous live stream. But the point is, for the last paper form payment right now, I have to take this and go out and cash it out. So that means I have to go to a bank. I'm not going to say which institution or whatever. That meant I also had to take out my wallet, which is in largely region A, somewhere there, one of those like drawers or maybe up there. Just take out the wallet and take out the card and stash it into the wallet that I actually bring out and switch out for, say, a driver's license or whatever, because it's just not a very smart idea, I don't think, for you to bring so much of your personal information and ID and valuables with you when you go out. So if I take a credit card, for instance, I'll swap it out with my driver's ID. That's basically how I do it. And so that's why you see maybe it's a bit of a mess on the table, and that's that. Waste, food, money, kind of done. Plan is important. Order. I missed this at the very beginning of the live stream. I didn't speak enough about urgency. What I really want to cover in this live stream before it ends is basically when I talk about order and urgency, the most important thing is knowing what to do. And like I said, I've been trying to get my life together again by going back to my roots. I've spoken about this in a live stream, again on YouTube, Twitch, previously just about 3-4 days ago, how I've been listening back to the self-therapeutic principles that I used to derive from scratch as a kid, almost just 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, having suffered a very broken, dysfunctional, I guess it's not even a family, but that's the way to look at it. And it really helped me back then, and I have been having a very difficult time managing everything once again. Back then it was suicidal depression, but now it's more like intense strain, the stress of pressure, anxiety, and it's the same core principles still apply here. So listening to a lot of that kind of more refined stoicism and philosophical principles and psychological tricks to make myself think positively and focus on what's important. So I've been listening to that, and the most important thing that I can derive now, now that I have myself under control, or at least much better control, is that I should, write down everything that needs to get done. And it lists out into 4 digits, like thousands of different items, and I just need to sort out what is the most urgently needed thing to be done first. I would think probably this storage device is number 1. So with that being said, we're going to end this live stream. That's order, that's priorities, and we'll see you in about maybe 10 minutes right here, the Ahn Rho Project. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, see you soon.